We are live. Anything through? Let me just get just a little bit. So much what feedback's in there on. Sorry. Just getting some bits that I think I might need. How do I mute? That's it. All right, check me chat. Oh yeah. Why is it not coming through on the phone? Right, hello, welcome. Welcome back indeed. And now I do have a chat window. Just bear with me a second. I'm early today. In fact, I've still got 8 minutes preparation time. Yeah, I know. It's pretty a foregone conclusion that at 8 o'clock I won't be ready. Something will happen between now and 8 o'clock. And I don't know what it is, but I think we should just start and not tempt fate. So we'll just have a quick recap. Just have a quick look over the chat. So Bob's in, Jan's in. I could be online again. I didn't realise you were offline. David's in, Rachel's in. Hello, Rachel. I can see the bird. Yeah, they're there. They're there on live on air. So you don't know. Yeah, they are quiet. So the one that makes the most noise is in the white cage, and that is Dew. His name is Dew, D-E-W. I'm going to stress that. It's Dew. He makes an awful racket. He's the one that most people traditionally in the past, when everyone goes on about the flocks of birds we have, it's that one. That,
it's not racket.
And the ones that make the jungle noises are in the gold cage. And so there we go. Anyway, tonight's a quiet night, really. There's not much to say about anything, really. Nothing's been bought. In fact, that's a bit of a sticky area at the moment. There's likely to be reviews and things like that I used to do. They're going to start tailing off because unfortunately we've just not got the funds to buy any more kits at the moment for the foreseeable future. So they're going to start tailing off pretty soon. But we'll keep up. We will keep doing the builds, and we'll keep doing any sort of technique videos and stuff like that. So it should still all be good. Yeah, and I just, there's one thing I forgot to prepare, but I'll sort that out in a minute. I need a sheet of paper. So tonight, I'm going to give you the choice. I can either carry on doing the Polycarpov, or I can carry on doing my Molar 1 project. So I will leave that up to the choice of the audience. Do you want to see the Molar 1 carried on, or do you want to see some more of the Polycarpov? And we'll go from there. It's just going to be a very, very easy sort of evening. Not a lot of...
So do you want to see a nut turning a tooth into something weird? Or do you want to see modern?
I wouldn't have said that. Oh, don't bring that up. Just give me a second. There's something...
Well done, Rachel.
Bob says not the tooth, so it's looked like it's going to be the Polycarpov, unless he gets outvoted in any way. There was one thing I forgot to get ready. So annoying.
No more today, please. My 5-year-old nephew got 2 teeth pulled yesterday. Oh, my ears are still ringing. The scale model van. I'm aching to hear about the tooth. Oh, sorry, that is. We're all against the tooth at the minute.
Right, so Polycarpov it is then.
Yep.
Be with you any second.
Rachel's watching through the TV.
Come on. Why won't it? I need to go onto my page a second. I never have trouble with this. All of a sudden, I'm unable to find a post that I have put up. Well, there we go, right. So, I'm going to put that down there a second so you can see what we are going to be doing. Obviously not that. That is Molar 1, and that is the base for it. So we'll slide that off over there. Right. There we go. That goes over there. Let's get going. So I'm onto the landing gear with the Polycarpov. And there's a bit of PE work involved in this. So earlier on today, I did prepare. Let me just grab them. So these are some of the pieces that I have ready. I'm just going to take them off as part of the engine. Put that away because I don't need that anymore. There's one of the wheels. It's not had, obviously not had the black put on it yet, but we'll take them off for now. And we've got the landing gears there. They've all been painted in their correct colors, and they've all been cleared with aqua gloss. Now then, so as this front cover has also been cleared with aqua gloss and painted, and so has this. Now, interestingly, I've done a little test. I believe this has been done before, not by me, but somebody else. So the color I'm doing the Polycarpov in is an aluminium bare metal finish. And one of the things I wanted to try was, I have aqua glossed the 2 of the 3 front engine covers. I haven't used the black. I've just used aqua gloss on a plain grey primer. And on the 3rd one, I've just left it dull. I've not aqua glossed it at all. I just want to see if there's a difference between them when I spray them metal. I've also aqua glossed the propeller, and no, that hasn't been painted yet either. I don't know what, you know, I had a little bit of aqua gloss left in the bottom of the colour cup, and there's that. Right, remind me to tell you about that, Angela. And I didn't want to throw it out, so I looked around, and these were sat there, and I thought I'll give it, you know, rather than chuck it, I'll try and give it a go on here and see how it looks. So that's something to look at in a bit. Oh, thanks, Jan. TV's on time. What is going on with the internet?
Rachel's watching you through the TV in the front room.
She's not trying to watch it on a phone as well, is she?
No, Rebecca's trying to watch it on a phone.
Right, yeah. There's a massive difference. Even here, I've had to turn my phone off because it's distracting. I had my phone set up next to me with the chat on, but I can see myself 2 minutes ago doing stuff. It's distracting. So I've been through the instructions. I've looked at all the steps I need to do, and I've taken all the plastic pieces off that I need. Now I've got to go over to the big Ed set instructions, and we have to start looking at those because most of the landing gear has been taken up by photo etch. So what to do first? Let's concentrate on the landing gear for the moment. So we'll put the engine stuff to one side. that actually is going to go. So from the front, you're going to see something not quite as much as that, sort of like that. That's how it'll look from the front. Then obviously you've got your propeller that will sit in front of that, and then you've got this bit that goes behind that.
Sorry to put in just for a second, but apologies to everybody that's not getting the notifications coming through. For some reason, YouTube are just meant silly buggers.
Oh right, there's no notifications going through.
Lots of people are not getting them. I can't. Well,
right.
Driving us nuts.
I really don't know what to do about that.
We will look into it.
Yeah. And then obviously this is the engine, which is sort of half together at the moment. I'm quite pleased with the engine, I've got to say. I've put the pipes on. I'm halfway through putting the pipes on. And obviously I guess that's going to sort of sit there like that. And then it'll go on there. So let's pop that to one side. And I'll just point out that this lovely blue colour, let me just show you the polycarb off quickly. It should be dry enough for me to angle.
I like the way you said should be.
So this is where I'm at with the polycarb off. It's not the greatest paint job in the world. I had lots of trouble with this. Not with the kit. As I've said before, I can't blame the kit. It didn't go the way I wanted it to, and at the last minute I had to make a change to the bare metal finish, and as a result, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm basically going with the bare metal finish. I'm going to try and weather it up to try and hide some of these horrible mistakes that have been made. But anyway, the bottom's not too bad. This beautiful blue colour that Rev will have you mix two colours together to get this. Well, I found if you just go to Games Workshop, Citadel, and get the paint Technical Nihilak Oxide. I don't know how you say that, but let me just show you it. Yeah, let me just try and get that in. Come on, there we go. That is a beautiful colour, and you can spray it straight from the bottle. You can even brush this on. It's very thin. I don't know whether it's actually intended to be a paint like that. I don't know what technical means, whether it's like more of a wash, but it looks great. I really like it. It's really made a good job of the bottom of the plane. And once we start getting all the other bits and pieces on and start weathering it up, I think I've found a new way of doing some weathering. I'm not going to say any more at the moment because I'm still trying to look around to see whether anyone else has done this thing that I've stumbled across. And I'll show you more at a later time. This does need a bit of a... Let me just see whether some of this will actually... I don't know whether some of this is just like watermarks. Yeah, no, might be able to gently sand some of it out. We'll see. I don't know. Does it look as bad as I think it does? There we go. Better leave that to one side in case I require it. I don't think I am going to need it, but you never know. So let's get going on here. Now it's saying to have these fitted to the bottom of the plane when you put the rest of this photo etch on. I'm not so sure whether that's a good idea. So for now, I'm going to leave it off and I'll go from there. So we've got a little yin-yang symbol there. What does that mean? Symmetrical assembly, right? Okay. So I will warn you, PE, I've not been working with PE very long at all. This will only be my second full plane that I've used it on. B1, B2, B3, B4. Let's have a look what they are on the sheet. Unless they are referring to these pieces here, which I think they might be. Let us just go and double check. Landing gear.
Model van said that blue looks like the baby blue I used on the diabetes drug.
You know, it's not really a baby blue. Is it not coming through well on the camera? It's more of a greeny blue. Yeah. No, it's definitely not a baby blue. If that's, oh yeah, it's coming through more bluey on the camera.
No, it's definitely not a blue. It's like you said, it's like an emerald.
Yeah, yeah.
Very strange actually, because it's definitely not.
Yeah, I need to. It's the white balance is a bit.
That's what happens with cameras, though. It's very deceiving when you give colours. You know, sometimes you buy a colour and you like that, but then when you get it home and look at it, it's not the right colour at all.
Right, so that's referring to those. So we need. I don't know what we need out at the moment. That's them there. Yeah.
Model one said, my bad then, but it still looks good.
Thanks. Not very clear, these at all. Right, what's going on there? So, now I have got some photo etch shears, but I think I'm probably that blade's not sharp enough. Blades. These 10A. Yeah. You really need a decent blade when you're I want to cut my bloody fingers with these things. I don't like these, the way these blades come off. Most of the time they come off okay, but occasionally you get one that jams.
I don't do blood.
There we go. Pop the old one in a packet, and then drop that in a sharps bin. Make sure this goes on. Oh, Christ. I was even looking at that. Put it on the wrong way. There we go. There we go. Right. Oh, I'm not very good with knives. You should see me when I cut potatoes. I do believe that's number one out the way.
Scale model mom said, blade replacing 101 by Mark on Sprue Blue Channel Chapter 1.
The what?
That was a mouthful.
Yeah, learn it all here. How not to put a blade in. Huh? These have to be yeah. It's important. It's a bit like does anyone remember Frank Spencer? Some mothers do have them. Right. So now this is saying that this attaches to this single one here. And unfortunately, it does actually look as though I'm going to have to attach them to the wheels. I'm just trying to think, because that goes in there. Right, I could probably dry fit them in there just to make sure. Right, yeah, I know what to do now. So what we're going to do here is, because it's you've got to put these on when this is in position. So obviously I can't just glue that onto there and attach them and then hope that it all matches up. But at the same time, I don't really want to make a complete solid fixed to here in case I need to pick them out to get access to glue these on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry fit them in here so they won't be glued in position. They'll just be pushed in. Then glue them at the top. Let that glue go off. Once that glue's gone off, I'll be able to lift them out and they should keep their shape. That's the plan. I know it's a bit of a... I've just got to remember... just got to remember which parts for which side. So we're looking at this one here, and the wheels facing. So looks like we're saying that's going like that. That's going like that. So let's be careful, because this, for me, this is normally when things start to go wrong because I use too much pressure. I think in this instance we just need to, I'm not drilling the hole out, I'm just clearing the paint from in the hole. And then we'll just put a bit of a chamfer on that one, just to help guide that into place.
What is a chamfer?
It's like a 45-degree angle, like a.
So it's not a window thing.
It's not a what?
A window thing. That's not the chamfer I'm thinking.
No, you're on about chamois leather. Well, it's not.
It's mine.
Right. It's in, but it is not going to stay. No, that's not going to stay. I think I'm going to have to glue these in. I really didn't want to do that, but I don't think I've got a lot of choice.
You've not got any other steps you can do to do it?
What do you mean, any other steps?
Well, you might have done, you know, depends how far have you got. Have you got to like 5, 6, 7, 8? Or are you on 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, there's no other steps that I can do. This is it has to be done in this order, unfortunately. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not on that yet, I don't think. I do believe that might be number 2 as well.
It's actually if you've got to number 5, 6, 7, 8 before you get to number 2.
Right, so for some reason that goes all the way down there. That's what they're saying. I don't. I wish I knew. I think maybe that's supposed to come further up. I'm not going to put that on first. I know it says put that on first, but I'm really not sure whereabouts on that arm that goes. All I've got to go off is that there. So just so you can see what I'm doing. Where are we? Not there. Where are we? Lost where I'm at myself now. Right. Apologies. I've just seen a huge box there. That. Right. So we've got to attach some pieces to this. Let me make sure. Yeah, just half my mind's looking at that on the screen and the other half's looking at what's on the booklet there. There. So we need 54 3 pieces, and they're going to be like little brackets. There we go. We need 1, 2, 3, and then we need 3 for the other. Right. So we've got to make these tiny little brackets. You know, every single time I put something down, I lose it. So let's take these off first. I'll just take 3 off for now, till we've done this one. Oh dear.
Oh, that's never a good sign.
It's all right, I see it. Great bit of kit, these China pencils. You can pick them up from, you know, you can get them off, yeah, Amazon, eBay even. I bet you can get them from this country. They're just wax pencils. Sharpen them up and they come along and you can pick your little tiny photo etch pieces up like that. And normally if you've got something glued, the minute you touch it, the glue will grab it off the end of the pencil and you're good to go. So now we've got to bend these. Now, many of you might have seen I've got one of the really big photo etch benders by Trumpeter. And when I first bought it, I'd not long been doing the hobby. I saw about photo etch, knew I was going to need a photo etch bender, and opted to buy the big one because I thought, get the bigger one, it will cover all sizes.
The bigger the better.
Yeah, that wasn't actually the case. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a brilliant bit of kit. Only it is, bear with me,
Doesn't do what you want.
it's just too big for most of the photo etch you use on these planes and cars and that. It's very small, and it's a big solid block with thumb wheels on, and it's just too big and cumbersome. So I got these. These are the Tamiya ones, bending pliers, fantastic. You can use them for many different things. But when it comes to tiny pieces like this, what you're normally better off with is a nice solid set of tweezers.
Can you use them for peeling potatoes?
No, you can't use them for peeling potatoes. What's made you ask that?
Oh, so you can use them for anything.
Well, not literally. I don't know. I might try it. Very delicate pieces of I'm just trying to see. So we need to bend these. Now, apologies because I have a pair of like magnifying lenses, but they can't compare to my eyes when I've not got glasses on.
Good luck with them. Hold it while you can.
I can see so minuscule detail with my without my glasses on. Much better than It's a bit of a slow procedure, but now how does that don't understand why it's got this little piece attached to the end. Doesn't appear to do anything. Unless it's supposed to fold back on itself. Yeah, it doesn't say in the instructions, so that's what I'm looking at. And we've got that little tag that I don't know if you can see it, just at the bottom.
Oh, crumbs, that's tiny.
It doesn't actually say on the drawing.
Looks like a hook on the bottom of it.
Yeah, but it doesn't say whether that folds over the top or it just folds in on it.
Is it like a protrusion where it goes into the net, into the plastic?
No, not that I can see. It doesn't go on the. It's to fit on this photo etch. So that's he's saying. Right, hold on. So I'm just gonna. There's another piece involved here, and that is these two frames here. So we want number 35 and 36. Oh, come on.
Matt 58 said reference pics of your friend when doing this.
Yeah, I should have got some ready. I have got reference pics because this was done as a joint. Both myself and Chris, who used to be on this channel, I don't know whether he still is. We've done this as a joint build, and Chris sent me some fantastic reference shots from all over the plane. So
The moral of the story is why aren't you using it?
no, I have been looking at them. It's just I didn't see any giant photo etch on there. Yeah. So that's going to go on. That's going to glue on there like that. And then they're going to glue on there. They're going to go on but it's just this tag I'm not sure of, unless it folds over the back somehow. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe it's completely irrelevant. Maybe it's just got to be cut off. It just it doesn't look like it's got to be cut off. It looks like it's actually part of it. I really don't want to I really don't know what to do at this stage. If I just right, I'm just taking it off at the moment. I just really don't see what purpose it serves. Straighten that up a bit.
Like a box of chocolate and you take the wrong bit out and then bubble.
And that's number 1 ready. So we'll pop that there. And then we've got to do the same with these two. It's very repetitive. See, there's 2 holes on the other side of that, so it's definitely not got to come off. It's supposed to stay on. So this is quite strong brass, so I'm going to come in with the photo etch benders purely because the tweezers have got very thin tip on them, and all because it's quite strong, the brass is just kinking, not bending.
Just out of curiosity.
Oh, hold on a minute, I've got a decent pair of...
Are people actually going to see this?
Yeah, it's underneath on the landing gear.
Well, people that have got eyesight like you will see. No, I agree with you, Rob. Rob said I just couldn't be bothered with PA that small.
It is,
see the point,
yeah.
If you haven't got good eyesight, you don't want to see it.
It is frustrating, but you know.
This is the OCD coming out in Mr. Sprue.
No, I think there'll be a lot of people in. There we go, almost there. It's important to have a good set of tweezers for this. There we go, that's another one done. because these form the little brackets that the legs will attach to. And then hopefully once these are on, I'll have a better idea
Rob said, how much of an impact will it make?
this photo etch that's going on now. It needs to be on to attach or this and this to this, because it forms the little. Give me a second, I'll show you on the instructions. Right, there we go. See, once you've done the first one, that just goes like that. So now I know, I've actually figured out how that bit goes now. Oh, there it is. What's funny?
I said, interesting. How many modellers didn't realise they had OCD until they started the hobby? Bob come back with modelling is fun and not turning into river counters. Scale model van said modelling actually helped me keep a clean desk. Ball and small books.
Right, there's them three ready. So let me show you. So we're doing this step here. And then once they're all attached together, they then go on this arm at the back here. You can't see it in that picture, but you can see the back of it there. Without them little bits, that big piece, you can't attach it. At least not very well. It won't look very good. The big difference that I'm going to make with this is that most people, they'll put photo etch on and then they paint it. And then, you know, you're stood there and somebody looks at it and you could go, you know, that's a photo etch on there. And they're not really going to know unless you tell them. I'm going to leave them brass. I want to leave the photo etch in its natural color so that you can see it's an extra detail that's been added. It will be highlighted. You know, when you look at it, you'll see it because there'll be a glint off it. And I think it looks nicer like that. I know there's many people that don't agree with me. There's many people that think it's a bad idea and that it should be painted. But I personally think that I like photo etch, and when it's on, I don't understand why you then try to hide it with paint. That's just my opinion. I know it's not a popular one, but there you go.
Rob said to me, it's overkill, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you said, I couldn't be asked about it.
It's just you get some people that have their opinion and then they'll go and tell everyone, you know, there'll be certain people that will watch this and then they'll go around and tell everyone that he doesn't paint his photo etch, and you know, they'll make it everywhere they go. They'll make a big discussion about people that don't paint photo etch. You know, it's pathetic. know, I know other people that don't agree with me. They told me they don't agree with me, and I've had a discussion with Joanne on the subject. Joanne is a really doesn't agree with me. She calls it lazy, not painting the photo etch. She says I'm lazy because I don't paint it, and you know she's entitled to that opinion. We didn't get into we haven't fallen out over it or anything like that.
I would scale more than that, so you totally agree with me, aren't there? You say everybody's to their own opinion.
Yeah, it's just some people have to force their opinion on everyone else. Yeah, if you've got an opinion, you tell me. If you think it's a bad idea, tell me. But at the end of the day, it's my.
But then I agree with Rob.
Yeah. No. And, you know, a lot of the time I look at shipbuilders that have photo etch on their ships. Now, I don't know if you've seen some of the big ships, the photo etch that comes with them. I've got a little sheet here. But when you're talking about the ships, you're talking A4 sheets of photo etch. And some of that stuff is so tiny. And I look at that and say, nah, I couldn't be doing that. This is my limit. This sort of size is my limit. And even then, there's been times when I've gone back. For example, the cockpit on this Polycarpov is filled with photo etch. And how much of that can you see? Let's just bring that down. How much of that can you actually see?
Well, that's what I mean. So what's
none of it? Yeah, and I understand that. When I'm building this, I made a mistake with the photo etch on the floor and with the steering, the brake pedals. So I actually got in touch with Revell and had them send the plastic pieces out and totally scrapped the photo etch side of it, because it just wasn't, you know, it just wasn't worth putting in the end, and because I cocked it up.
But then on the other hand, when you do suffer with different degrees of OCD, it doesn't matter how many times you look at something and think, what's the point? Your brain takes over.
Yeah, I can't leave it alone.
And, you know, everybody suffers with that. It's just different degrees.
Right, I need a little lid. We'll use, I did see one. There's one here. We're going to put some super glue in. Don't know whether I told everyone I heard back from Gorilla Glue. Yeah, the people that now I remember this incident when I had some glue go off, and everyone told me that was just the way super glue was. It, you know, it does go off after a while. I said it's only been 6 months. Oh, it will go off, you know, because of the way it's stored. But I wrote to Gorilla Glue because I wasn't happy with it. I'd only just bought it. I'd only used a bit out of it. Anyway, they looked at it, and I got a letter back saying, yeah, there was something wrong, and they gave me some. They replaced the glue, both pots. Apologised, and that was about the extent of it. Right, so now we're going to attach these. I'm going to use my crap-on tool. You get these, look like they're made in the Balkans. Just burn the end. Make sure there's no glue. Oh, got the fan blowing. Just let me. Right. I need my wax pencil. Now, if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to be in the next few minutes.
I'll be melting like a puddle of chocolate on the floor. Oh God, scale model van. Is Mark any good with DIY tools? Yeah, if it comes to modelling, but if you're waiting for a shelf to be put up, just hell freeze over.
I don't know.
Don't even go there.
Where ripping the customer base off comes to mind. How to not be like Smooth Part 1 coming up soon. Right, so I'm just double checking where I've got to go with these, and it is all down that side. So, okay, we're good to go. This is going to be a miracle. Hold on, just need to, yeah. I'm going to put that one in the middle, because that's the one that's missing the just got to see where. Okay, right. Actually, I might try and do this with the tweezers in a slightly different way. By just touching. Right, one down.
Them tiny little dots on the screen are what you're working on.
Oh, come on, the tweezer's stuck to it. There we go. Okay, and finally.
I would admit, the model works better with applications.
Hold on a minute. Got a little bit of glue on the little tiny bit of glue on the end of the tweezers. So it's important to get that off, because experience has told me you do not want super glue on the end of your tweezers.
Have you ever had something stuck to your tweezers that you just cannot get off?
Yeah. That's what I meant when I said experience has told me. Sometimes. Right. So them three are on there. Now then, that then has to fit on there. I don't understand why this frame has to be in it. I really don't. Why can't you just attach them directly to that? There you go. Who knows? But that's the way it is. Now I'm not going to be able to dip that in there because it's going to. So what we'll do is we'll get a bit of. We'll just try. Although I don't think that's going to work, to be honest. No, that's not going to work. We'll have to do what we can. We'll have to work while we can. Let me just double check I'm putting it on the right piece. 31 and 32. Check that. Yeah, 31 and 32, that's right. Okay. And we have managed to, oh, we've got a bit of a bubble going there. Blow that out. We might have a tiny bit too much on. We have. Oh, come on. Tweezer is stuck. Finger is stuck. There we go. Right, now then, do not, oh, now the piece is stuck. Just a bit too much. Damn it. Blade. There we go. Wasn't tagged too much, so we'll let that go off while we work on the next one. So let me just, I'll bring it over, try and show you what it show you what it looks like. That's pretty much what I've been. It's slightly out of line, but I'm not an expert at this, so that's might get this one a little bit better, but we'll see. Flip it over. And then we need the same frame. I've been very lucky in that most of my cuts I haven't really had a nub to deal with, but I did notice on one of those that there was a slight nub that I hadn't dealt with. So in case you're wondering, we'll deal with one now. Have I left a big enough one on there? Yeah. You basically need a diamond file. You can get them anywhere. They're normally this sort of thing. A jeweler's file, they might be called. Tamiya do a very good one. And it's really quite You just rub it gently across the surface and it'll take the nubs off. But be very, very careful holding that, because it's quite a brutal thing that, and it will bend your photo etch if you haven't got it properly supported while you're taking those little sharp bits off. There we go. Looking good. Other side's okay. Just need to make sure I get that right. And then we need our 3 pieces. Where were they? Here they are. Just making sure. I had a horrible feeling then. 54. Yeah, that is right. 58 is the big. Yeah, that's right. I've just noticed. I looked across the photo etch sheet, and there are some identical ones to these that we're doing now, but they're slightly bigger. And I have a horrible thought that I put the wrong ones on. If you ever get any photo etch that's sort of loose on your sheet, it may have come off in one area, or you may have taken a piece off by mistake. And what you can do is just put a bit of Tamiya tape across the back of your sheet and then just stick it back on like I did with these 2 pieces here. You can see that I took them off by mistake, and rather have them lying around, just stick them back on a piece of Tamiya tape. It can also help stop items from pinging off because they're stuck to the tape. So when they're released, they won't go flying anywhere. One, 2. 3. One side.
Also, he hates photo etch stuff. He tries to make his own.
Tries to make his own. Has he seen? There's a video of a guy that shows you how to make your own. It's very good actually. You can do it in the house. It's not that you just need some. You can buy. I think the kit is about £105, and that gives you all the tools you need to make your own photo etch. Anything, whatever you want. Yeah. You also need a computer to make your designs on like Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you use. There's a big nub there I want. A rather long protrusion. You get a lot of these protrusions. There we go. Right, that's one. I bet everybody's thinking, I wish I'd gone with the tooth. La 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 la. There's another one. And the final one. Yeah. Bar of chocolate. And that's the final word. I do believe.
Oh, I have to apologise to Dave. There is no way on God's green earth I'm saying that because it's just.
Oh, we've already covered it. I've already done it. So the quest was tonight that I had to say potato, protrusions, chocolate, and Dave came up with some rather long. I don't know whether it's Welsh or not, but it actually translated into the word Balkans. According to Google, it means Balkans. So I believe the translation it should be allowed in this case.
Well, I've already asked that question, and Dave was polite to tell me it's actually the name of a Welsh town.
I figured that.
I figured that one, but I still won't say it.
But there's no way I could say that.
It's way out of my range.
So I just put it through Google Translate.
Yeah, he's come up Welsh town. Yes. No, I tried, but I've tried in my own essay a few times and I give up.
So we'll open it up on the Facebook page for next week to put your words down that we must say at some point during the live stream.
No, we must. We should try. There's some of the words.
Yeah, they've got to be within reason. I mean, I'm not going to, you know, say.
Well, I'm in for trying. But I'm not that clever.
it just adds a bit of fun to the whole
Night,
thing.
Rachel, sleep tight.
All right, night, Rachel. And I think another thing that I decided I was going to do, I normally do the bargain basement stuff where I pick stuff, particularly from model kits for less, they're bargains, and just show them on Wednesday night. Well, I had a look today, and as of about 1, 2 o'clock, there wasn't anything. So there is none of that tonight. But the problem is, all the big offers run from Thursday to Thursday. So Wednesday night, when I put them out, you've really only got Wednesday night to take advantage of them. And I don't think that's really going to work. So what I may do from now on is do a quick 10-minute thing on a Thursday where I'll just quickly come on and go through the latest bargains to come out this week, and then everybody's got a fair crack at getting them, should they wish. So yeah, it may be that on a Thursday it'll literally be to come on and just go straight into the slideshow, show the items, and then off again. That's assuming people have any interest in that, because I'm not getting much in the way of feedback over whether people are, taking advantage of any of them, or buying any of them. I mean,
It doesn't matter whether they're buying them. Sometimes it's nice to see the stuff out there.
Well, yeah, whether they like seeing it is what I mean. If people are not particularly bothered about seeing it, then there's no point in doing it.
Bob said, have you seen the new B-wing?
The new what?
B-wing.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Right, so now we're ready to stick these on.
Scale model vamp said, idea Mark, Thursday nights live hangout with friends. Yay, sounds good.
There's a hangout most nights. It's just off air. Anyone's welcome. Nobody seems to.
Scale model vamp said, I mean, not everyone does the same stuff, and it's interesting seeing 4 to 5 people doing different stuff.
That one was like that.
We do that, but not on a live show. I said we do that, you do that, but not a live show.
That's symmetrical, so.
Scale model Muse said Thursday would work for me. I just need to set up a spot for my camera.
What's he saying he'd be interested in? Are you saying you'd be interested in doing the show?
Right, we've got scale model vamp, the scale model Muse.
Right.
2 different people. Now, John Paul said Google Plus is closing down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Not good.
Is that Google Chrome?
No, Google Plus, but I don't know how that will affect Google Hangouts.
Scale model vamp said, yep, Muse is mine. Misses.
got to make sure I get these right. So that goes on that wing like that. Yeah. Okay, right. So am I correct in assuming that one of the scale model, Vampel scale model Muse, is wanting to do a live show, or have I misunderstood that?
Oh, be so prepared.
Oh, damn. Right, I need to get some. That's not gone on well.
Said closed or live hangouts and that to me.
Can you do Wednesday?
Thursday was the better.
Thursday would be better.
Yes, we could all sit and yap like this, as Nancy said, we all do different. Yeah, either. UK is 1 hour behind me and News 6 hours.
Okay, so I'm assuming you've seen the notice that I put up in the forum that I am actually after somebody to be like a co-host. Angela does the chat, but I was after somebody to sort of come in and help. Yeah. Now, before I sort of start looking at a Thursday, first I have to check whether anybody else has a show on a Thursday. Because it's important not to start putting yours on when people have got theirs on. What do you think, Andrew? Is Thursday doable, or? What? Yeah, it has always been Wednesday. I would need to. I mean, we could still have a hangout on a Thursday.
Still do the hangout on a Thursday and just keep it short till Wednesday.
Right, let me see. But most nights there is a hangout, an offline hangout. The link goes up on the channel, on the forum, the Facebook page, and anyone can join. Anyone can come in. It's not a problem. There's normally there'll normally be me, Bob, Michael is in most times.
You can have a maximum up to.
It's up to 10.
Yeah, but at the moment you're having an average about
3, yeah.
4, possibly.
Yeah.
It's not a big hangout.
It's not a big hangout, but you know, if anyone wants to join, that's literally all they have to do is come into the Facebook page and click on the link. If anyone's interested in joining the offline hangouts, and we do have a laugh, then if you private message me, I can put you in the messenger group, the link group, and then every time I put a link out, it actually gets sent directly to you on your Facebook page so that you'll know one is open, unless, of course, you block the notification. But if that's something you're interested in, just private message me and I'll get you put in the, as long as you're a member of the Facebook page, I'll get you put in the group. If you really don't want to be part of the Facebook page, then private message me and
and that would be the Sprue Glue Facebook page, right?
No, it's Sprue Surgeon Waiting Room. Sprue Surgery Waiting Room, sorry. Don't even know my own page. So it's Sprue Surgery. Oh, right, okay. I think it's Sprue Surgery WR.
Oh, it's Sprue Surgery Waiting Room.
Right, oh, shit. Oh dear, that's way too much on there. Let's try and scrape some of that off. Yeah, a little bit out on that one, but it's slightly moved to one side at the last second. It's a slow old process.
Oh, but steady gets work.
Yeah, right. So that is so that will go on there. Oh, let's turn it the right way. That will go on there like so. And then that piece comes down. This is the bit that's it's almost going to the bottom. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. I just need to see. I don't think that one's dried off properly yet, but we'll. Right, let's see. Right, okay. I see now how that goes. Thankfully, I haven't got to glue that in yet. So I just need to do a little bit of preparation on these. Now then. Right. So let's try and get some glue. Just trying to think the best way. So we've got a little bit there that's got to come away. Get as much of that out as I can with that, and then there they are. There we go. And we're gonna I'm going to need the kicker ready on this. It'll go one of two ways. It'll either be stick to it rapidly and turn into an absolute nightmare. Just work at getting one in at a time. Yeah, I think I'm going to need the zip kicker on this. Just trying to put, for those not used to working with super glue, be careful of the vapor in your eyes. If you get too close, it will start to sting. No, it's not going on very well at all. Maybe I need a gel. Try and get some. Just keep that hold down. No, that's just lifting straight out. Right, zip kicker and the micro brushes. Yeah, I know. Where are you? Micro brushes. There they are. So this is powerful stuff. Any of you that haven't used it before, it's extremely strong. So basically, you put your super glue down. The minute it comes into contact with this, your super glue sets. Extremely fast, as you will see. I'm just going to do this one piece and then we're going to call it a night at that. I didn't realize the time was. I just need a little cap to pop it in. I don't want to spray it out the top because it's just a bit of overkill. I only need a little. Oh, come on. I've normally got hundreds of them lying around. Oh, let's use this pot just to. There we go. I've poured a little tiny bit in there. And it's normally best to. Where did I put them now? Micro brushes. Very rarely use these. They're very good. They come in handy for a lot of things, but they are quite expensive. So I try to limit my use of them.
Glass masks or open a window, they're all the same.
For what? You can shut that your bit down if you want. I can. Just need to straighten that up again. Right. So let's try and do. Right. Come down. Position that how I want it. And then little brush. I think it's all evaporated. Just need a bit more in there. And that should and is instantly stuck. So then we can come along, hopefully with the second one. Seal that one. Now, that one's not very good. Not happy with the middle one at all. It's a little bit off. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So we've sort of got where we need to be. From this side, it looks a bit like that. But yeah, it's not a, that middle one. I didn't get it quite lined up properly. So I may go back. I may take this off, go back and just try and slide that middle one along a little bit that way, put some acetone on it, and go from there. Anyway, thank you all for staying with it. I know it's, I don't know whether it's been enjoyable or not. It's been, it's photo etch. What can I say? It's photo etch. So anyone that's interested in doing the Hangouts or anything, just private message me or Angela and we can get that sorted out. I will be going off air into an off air Hangout right now. So anyone that wants to come and join that, feel free. I'll put the link up straight away in the on the Facebook page. If you're not on Facebook, but you're, let's see, I might be able to get you one through YouTube or Google Plus. You'll have to let me know that. So thanks for watching, and see you all next week. Bye for now.